Hello everyone, I am Anupam Kumar Singh from Systec Ratibad in Mechanical Engineering Department. A very warm welcome to all of you to this video lecture of heat and mass transfer. Thermal resistance. Thermal resistance is a property of material which resists the heat flow, and it is the inverse of the conductivity. There is an inverse relation between the conductivity and the resistance. It means if there is a material and the conductivity of this material is high, it means the thermal resistance will be low. And if the conductivity of this material is low, in this condition, the thermal resistance of this material will be high. So there is a inverse relation between the thermal resistance and the conductivity. This is a very important topic, in the heat transfer, because it helps to solve the numerical. And with the concept of this thermal resistance and the analogy between the heat transfer and the electrical, it becomes very easy to solve the numerical and the problems, even tedious problem. So thermal resistance normally we calculate, with the help of the analogy. So it can be calculated with the help of analogy. So what is analogy? First of all, that we see. Now suppose there is a rectangular coordinate. So I am taking just front of it, front face, and heat Q is flowing through it. Fine. And one end of this temperature, one end of this face is at T1 and another end of this object is at T2. And the conductivity of this material, suppose we are taking the K, because if there is any material, there will be the conductivity. Now, in this condition, if we will take the electrical circuit, in that condition, you generally have seen that electrical circuits have shown in this way. Suppose the current is flowing through the wire, so it can be represented in this way. So there is a current which is flowing. There is a potential difference between these two resistance, so that is the dV, or you can say here it is V2, here it is V1, and V2 minus V1 is equal to dV. And there will be some electrical resistance. Now, in this condition, if you will compare that in heat transfer, this is the heat transfer and this is electrical. Okay. So in this condition, heat flows just because of the temperature difference. In this condition, current flows just because of the voltage difference. In this condition, there is a resistance which try to resist the electrical flow or electricity. Even in this condition, there would be some kind of thermal resistance which would be opposing the heat flow. So you can see this similarity. It means from this very two similar concept, we can have the analogy that I of the electrical circuit, means current of the electrical circuit, is analogous to the heat of the heat transfer. Heat of the heat transfer means here current flow, so here heat flow. The voltage difference is analogous to the temperature difference. And in this condition, the normal resistance or electrical resistance would be the similar to the thermal resistance. Okay, fine. Now from a very basic equation of electrical, that is the Ohm's law, and we know by the Ohm's law that I is equal to dV by R. So if we want to compare, then we can change I with Q, dV by dt, and we can change R by thermal resistance RTH. So in this condition, you can see that there is a very much similarity, and with this help of this Ohm's law concept, this electrical analogy concept, we can solve the heat transfer of flowing through a system or any application. Fine. Now in the rectangular coordinate, now what would be the thermal resistance in particular applications or in particular cases that we are going to see? Now for the conduction, first of all, as we know that in conduction there are three coordinate. Number one was the rectangular coordinate. Okay, sometime we also know it as a wall, WALL wall, diwar. And second is the cylindrical coordinate, and third is the spherical coordinate. And the equation which we have derived was the q is equal to t1 minus t2 divided by L upon K. Now you will get the point that why I have written this L by this equation in this form, okay, in previous lecture. Now from here you can write q is equal to t1 minus t2 divided by ln r2 by r1 divided by 2 pi kl. And this equation which I have written in previous lecture in the form t1 minus t2, okay, fine, 4 pi r1 r2, 4 pi r1 r2 k divided by r2 minus r1. So this equation can be written as t1 minus t2 divided by, we can write this equation r2 minus r1. This whole term will come down, so it would be 4 pi k r1 r2. Okay, fine. So from this equation, these equations, now we will compare with this equation. So compare it now. Q, so here is Q, okay, dt to t1 minus t2 rth L by Ka. It means this L by Ka is nothing but the thermal resistance. So this is the thermal resistance for the rectangular coordinate and this value is L by Ka. इसको हम सीधा इससे कंपेयर कर सकते हैं, ठीक है. इसी तरह से अगर मैं इसको कंपेयर करूं RTH कौन से के लिए, सिलिंड्रिकल के लिए, सिलिंड्रिकल. सो हम देख सकते हैं यहाँ Q है तो यहाँ भी Q है, T1 माइनस T2 है तो dt है, नीचे जो RTH है तो ये पूरा जो टर्म है, दिस होल टर्म विल बी थर्मल रेजिस्टेंस. सो इट वुड बी ln R2 बाई R1 डिवाइडेड बाई 2 पाई KL. इसी तरह से हम यहाँ देख सकते हैं कि ये नीचे वाला जो टर्म है ये क्या होगा, थर्मल रेजिस्टेंस. किसके लिए, स्फेयर के लिए. मैं यहाँ लिख रहा हूँ रेक्टेंगुलर सिलिंड्रिकल स्फेयर, ये ज़रूरी नहीं है. तो आगे जब मैं देखूंगा तो वो केस पे रहेगा, तो मैं लिखूंगा नहीं कि इट इज़ फॉर सिलिंड्रिकल और रेक्टेंगुलर और स्फेरिकल. आई विल सिंपली राइट RTH. सो हियर वुड बी R2 माइनस R1 डिवाइडेड बाई 4 पाई K R1 R2. So from this very simple concept you can understand that thermal resistance can be calculated from any equation. You have to do from left hand, in the left hand side you have to keep Q. In the right hand side, in the upper side you have to keep the dt, and in the denominator whatever comes in the denominator would be the RTH. Now for the case of the convection, what will be thermal resistance? In the case of convection, as we know that Q is equal to HA T1 minus T2, okay, higher temperature minus lower temperature. So we can write it Q is equal to, in this form I want to write, so temperature difference would be here, and in the denominator whatever comes will be in the denominator. Means if I will write, so it would be in 1 upon HA. So in this condition, what is the thermal resistance? So in this condition, thermal resistance for the convection is 1 upon HA. I hope it is clear. Now for thermal resistance for the radiation, we will see in the class when we will reach to the chapter 5. Thermal resistance network. In the thermal resistance network, we will see that in complicated applications there are a number of thermal resistance. So we generally what we do, we solve all the thermal resistance and we replace all the thermal resistance by a single thermal resistance. That is known as the thermal resistance network. In this condition, we have taken a composite wall. Composite wall means there is a different kind of material placed one after one. So suppose this is number 1, this is number 2, and this is number 3. So this is a single first wall, this is the second wall, this is the 3 wall. It is a simple, in a rectangular coordinate, normally we call it wall, or you can system as you like. Now we are assuming that the length of this first is L1, second is L2, and this is L3. The conductivity of the first is K1, the second is K2, and third is K3, and the temperature of this phase is T1, this phase is T2, this phase is T3, and this phase is T4. मैंने पहले ही बताया था, क्योंकि मैं ऐसा क्यों बनाता हूँ, क्योंकि ये टेम्परेचर जो है मैग्नीट्यूड भी शो कर रहा है, रिलेटिव मैग्नीट्यूड दिखा रहा है. हम इससे समझ सकते हैं कि T1 बड़ा है, T2 उससे छोटा है, T3 उससे छोटा है, T4 सबसे छोटा है. ठीक है. Now, if we want to make a electrical, network, thermal resistance network, then how can make it? Look, this first of all we have to note down the temperature. So we have noted down T1, there is T2, there is T3, and there is T4. Now definitely when heat will flow through the substance, there will be resistance, means there is a resistance of this particular substance 1 or the wall 1 for the 2 and 3. So we will have a sign of the resistance, we will have the sign of the resistance, and we will say that for 1 the thermal resistance is RTH1, for 2 it is RTH2, and for 3, wall 3, it is RTH3. Fine. And the heat is coming from here and going out from here, means heat is coming from here and going out from here. Okay. One thing we have to understand, that heat is not changing within this wall. Okay, means if Q is entering here, so Q will go out here, same Q will go out here, and same Q all will leave the entire system, because we are assuming that it is a steady state. So it is our assumption right now. And it is a one-dimensional flow, means temperature is a function of only x. That is why it is only changing in the x direction. Now you can see this network is in series. Okay, means one after one, it is in series. And you would be knowing that how to solve the resistance which are arranged in this series in the electrical subject. So as we know that I can replace these resistance with a simple equivalent resistance RTH by simply joining these all three resistance one after one. तो अगर इस तरह से डायग्राम दिख रहा है, एक के बाद एक है, तो ये हो गया सीरीज में, मीन्स हीट कहीं बट नहीं रहा है, हीट यहाँ जितना रहा है यहाँ से निकल रहा है, कहीं भी डिस्ट्रीब्यूट नहीं हो रहा है. ओके, तो ये हो गया सीरीज में. और सीरीज में हम कैसे करते हैं, जितने भी रेजिस्टेंस है उसको हम सिंपली ऐड करते हैं. अब अगर मैं इसका इक्विवेलेंट नेटवर्क बनाऊंगा तो कैसा बनेगा, तो यहाँ पास हो जाएगा T1. ओके, बाहर क्या हो जाएगा, ये हो जाएगा T4, और RTH1, RTH2 और RTH3 के प्लेस पे एक दूसरा रेजिस्टेंस आएगा जिसको हम बोलेंगे RTH, जिसकी वैल्यू इन तीनों के वैल्यू के बराबर होगी. उसका इफेक्ट सेम होगा, Q इंटर हुआ और Q बाहर हो गया, तो इसको हम क्या बोलेंगे, दिस इज इक्विवेलेंट थर्मल रेजिस्टेंस नेटवर्क, इक्विवेलेंट थर्मल resistance network. Fine. Now take another case. Suppose now this material is arranged in this way. This is a one material, this is a second material, and this is a third material. Okay, and the temperature of this whole phase is at T1, and the temperature of this whole phase is at T2. Okay, suppose there is this kind of diagram. So this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3, and this whole surface 1, 2, 3 whole surface is maintained at temperature T2, and this whole surface is maintained at temperature T1. क्यों, क्योंकि यहाँ स्टेडी स्टेट है, इसीलिए यहाँ के मीन्स इसके फेसेस पे चेंज नहीं हो सकता. ओके, तो जितना भी हीट यहाँ से आएगा, सपोज ये हीट Q यहाँ इंटर होने वाला है, तो जब इसमें जाएगा तो Q1 अमाउंट ऑफ हीट जाएगा, जब इसमें जाएगा तो Q2 अमाउंट ऑफ हीट जाएगा, और जब इसमें जाएगा तो Q3 अमाउंट ऑफ हीट जाएगा. ठीक है, इससे जब निकल रहा होगा तो Q1 निकलेगा, इससे जब निकल रहा होगा तो Q2 निकलेगा, और इसको जब मैं ऐड करूँगा तो ये फिर से कितना हो जाएगा, Q हो जाएगा. इस कंडीशन में मैं यहाँ ऐसा देख सकता हूँ कि ये T1 है ना, ये T2 है, एंड देयर आर 3 मटेरियल, सो हैविंग 3 रेजिस्टेंस, दिस इज 1, this is 2, and this is 3. Heat is flowing from this side and heat is going to this side. Here heat is Q1, here Q2, and here Q3. Okay, fine. Here Q1, Q2, and Q3. And the thermal resistance for this particular case is, for this one, first is RTH1, for this RTH2, and for the third it is RTH3. Now you can see from the simple diagram that it is arranged in the parallel. Okay, now how to solve this equation which is arranged in the parallel? Okay, so we can solve this equation which is arranged, this network which is arranged in parallel, like 1 RTH, okay, equivalent RTH is equal to 1 upon RTH plus 1 upon RTH2 plus 1 upon RTH3. मीन्स जितने भी रेजिस्टेंस पैरेलल में अरेंज हैं उन सभी का रेसिप्रोकल को हमको ऐड करना है. ठीक है, सो यू कैन सॉल्व दिस इक्वेशन एंड यू कैन डिटरमाइन दी व्हाट इज द RTH. सो व्हेन यू विल डिटरमाइन द RTH, सो दिस इक्वेशन would be, you know, like this Q, here is T1, here is T2, now here is T2, Q is going out, and there is a simple one resistance, that is the RTH, this resistance. So you can solve this network like this way. So you can see that the network may be in simple series, or it may be in simply parallel, or it may be in the combination of the series and parallel. Now look, we are going to look at some problem in which the networks, the thermal resistance network is arranged in series and parallel. Combination of thermal resistance in series and parallel. So you can see I have taken little bit complicated example in which, you know, all kind of the doubt will be clear. You can see that there is a hot fluid, then again there is a solid material, 1, 2 and 3 are arranged in parallel, and then 4 arranged in series with respect to the 2 and 3, and then again there is a cold fluid. So the temperature, hot fluid is at high temperature, so TH is greater than T1, then T2, then T3, and then T4, and then TC. So heat is flowing from higher temperature side to the lower temperature side, that is Q. Fine. First of all, draw the network. So first of all, identify the temperature. This is TH, this is T1, this is T2, this phase at T3, this phase at T4, and this at TC. One thing I want to clear, that this cold fluid and hot fluid are making the convection here. This is not the case of conduction. These are the making convection. Okay, that is why I have taken the convective heat transfer coefficient for the cold fluid, that is HC, convective heat transfer coefficient for the hot fluid, that is HH. Fine. So this convective heat transfer coefficient, there will be there will have a thermal resistance. In solid 1 there will be temperature thermal resistance. In this 2 there will be thermal resistance. Okay, in the 3 there will be thermal resistance. In this 3 third body, in the fourth body there will be thermal resistance, and in the cold fluid there will be thermal resistance. So this thermal resistance I can denote it by RTHH, this by RTH1, this by RTH2, this by RTH3, this by RTH4, and this by RTHC. Okay, Q amount of heat is coming and Q amount of heat is leaving. When heat is entering to this 2 and 3 system, so heat will distribute as Q1 and Q2. Okay, this Q1 and Q2, and again when it will come here it would be Q. So you can see that the here it is heat is distributing, so it is a case of parallel, and rest of the cases series. So first of all, whenever we are looking at the thermal resistance which are arranged in the combination of series and parallel, then we have to take first the parallel and then we will come to the series. So first of all we take the parallel network. So in the parallel network there are two resistance, one is the RTH2 and another is the RTH3. Okay, so we can solve it by RTH. Okay, I should write equivalent. So RTH 1 upon RTH2 plus 1 upon RTH3. Okay, from this equation we can calculate RTH equivalent. Fine. So this thermal network can be simplified in this way, that the TH thermal resistance, the T1 thermal resistance, the T2. Now this thermal resistance which are arranged in parallel will be equivalent to the thermal resistance this T3 single thermal resistance, and then T4, and then this TC. Heat Q will come inside and Q will go outside. So it is RTHH. This is RTH1. This is equivalent thermal resistance RTH equivalent. This is RTH4, and this thermal resistance is RTHC. Now this is arranged in parallel, so we can solve it very simple. So we can write it RTH total is equal to RTHH, means for the hot fluid the thermal resistance, for the material 1 thermal resistance is RTH1, for 2 RTH2, for the material for this equivalent 2 and 3 this is equivalent, for this 4 this is RTH4, and for this cold fluid this is RTHC. Now this total network can be converted as like TH, TC, Q is coming, Q is going out, and it would be RTH total. So in this way we can solve the difficult network, and definitely it is going to help us. Now how it is going to help us? Now if we want to calculate the heat transfer rate Q, so what we require? We require, as we know from the basic, that Q should be left hand side. Here the temperature difference, or I should write the del T, and here should be the resistance. Fine. Now in this condition I can write Q, the TH minus TC means initial high temperature minus the last minimum temperature divided by total thermal resistance. Total thermal resistance. Now this total thermal resistance may be calculated this way. Now the formula for RTH1, RTH equivalent, RTH4, it is we have seen in the video, so definitely we can calculate it. We know that for the if we are talking about this rectangular coordinate, it is L upon K. If we are talking about the cylindrical coordinate, it is ln R2 upon R1 upon 2 pi KL. If we are talking about the spherical, R2 minus R1 upon 4 pi K R1 R2. If we are talking about the convection, it is 1 upon HA. So that we know, so we can place accordingly. Fine. Like in this case, if we want to RTHH, so it is convection, so the equation of resistance, value of resistance would be 1 upon HHA. For this condition would be 1 upon HCA. For this condition, for 1 it would be L1 upon, if the conductivity is K1, K1A. For this L2 upon K2A. For this L3 upon K3A, L4 upon K4A. क्यों? क्योंकि ये जो 1, 2, 3, 4 जो है ये किस में है? ये आपके रेक्टेंगुलर कोऑर्डिनेट में. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much for listening.